Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a clean and simple floral card with a little bit of heat embossing that I'll show you my process from start to finish. So I'm starting off with a white note card, and I'm just going to mask off the back edge of it so that I can line up a rectangle stencil over the front of it. And I'm having half the stencil kind of hang off the back so that just half of the rectangle is on the front. And I'm just ink blending some cracked pistachio distress oxide ink over the top of the rectangle. So this will be a little bit of a mat to where I'll put my stamp. So next I'm getting ready to heat emboss over the top of the rectangle, and I'm using this stamp set from Altenew called Wild Hibiscus, and I just chose 3 of the flowers, and I'm kind of lining them up just to get an idea of where I think they'll look good over the top, kind of tucking them in close. And then I'll use Versamark ink to stamp the flowers and then add some silver embossing powder over the top. I was deciding between silver and gold. I couldn't decide which would look better. Gold might look nice too. I ended up really liking the silver though. And I had the flowers hang off the edge of the rectangle a little bit because I kind of like the white, how you see the white part of the flower and then you see some silver and the green, and it's kind of a little bit of a mix of a little different texture. And then I'm using a stamp set from Pretty Pink Tosh for my sentiment, and it's called Everyday Greetings. And I use this a lot for my floral cards. I think they're real simple sentiments, but the scripty writing is really pretty. So I'm just cutting the piece into a rectangle, and I'll add that to the front of my card. And you'll see I have a little heat embossed butterfly also from the Altenew stamp set, and I had heat embossed that with purple embossing powder onto some vellum because I was thinking I wanted to add some kind of color to the front of the card. It looked a little plain with just the silver and green, so I thought maybe add the butterfly. And you'll see in a second I'm kind of trying to make a decision on whether I want to keep it or not. But first I want to line up my sentiment, so I'm just adding it with foam tape. So I like the way that looks so far. Needs some color. The butterfly, I can't seem to find a spot for it. It seems like it competes with the flowers size-wise. It's kind of a bigger butterfly, and I'm thinking I probably should have had a bigger card if I wanted to add something like that along with the flowers. So I end up, for color, using a variety of Nuvo drops in purple, yellow, and orange. And I always have, when in doubt, use Nuvo drops to add colors, so I love using them. And a little trick I learned a long time ago is adding old enamel dots in the pattern that you want to add, like Nuvo drops or maybe other enamel dots, to kind of place them ahead of time. So you just kind of line them up on the card and decide where you want to put your drops before you end up doing it for good. So I want to say I learned it from Dawn McVeigh. She's a really great card maker and painter, and I think it was on one of her card videos a long time ago. So I'm really happy with the way I lined up the fake enamel dots, so I'm going to use my Nuvo drops now and replace them. So I'm just adding the purple. This is called Grapesicle, I believe. Oh no, I'm sorry, Crushed Grape is the purple one. And then the yellow is Dandelion Yellow, and the orange is Ripened Pumpkin. So I thought these 3 colors looked really nice with the cracked pistachio with the green. And I'm really happy with the way this turned out. It's just really subtle with the drops, and this card is done. Super simple, but it has some shininess to it. It's a little bit of texture, and yet it stays clean and simple. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in my next video.